know it's about 2 or 3 o'clock. I don't lost track of time, dates, and everything. Yeah, it was a spirited fight. And if you remember early on when we spoke at the Barclays, and actually on the All Access, I told you then, Lamont, a very skillful fighter. He can fight, he's from the area. In that DMV area, there's a lot of talent, and nobody wants to lose. Nobody wants to lose. So I knew it was gonna be a hard fight. This has been going on forever. We all help each other. They know our strengths, they know our secrets, we know theirs, and vice versa. So that is what made for a good fight. I thought it was a great fight, spirited fight, and I like to see it run back again.
All right, any questions here?
Over here, Janesville Boxing Association, Coach Barry.
Yes.
Of course, we talked about what you just said about the DMV area and how talented it is. And with these two fighters, being familiar with each other from the amateurs, like we were talking about, like back in Rosecroft and everything like that. Like, what did you see there from Lamont Roach Jr. during those rounds where you pretty much felt like, hey, we needed to make a serious adjustment, like I would say in the second half of the fight?
Well, I knew he would be hungry. I knew he was going to fight extremely hard. I told you earlier Lamont Roach was ever a cheap date, so we knew that going into this fight. I thought there were opportunities when we were inside. We should have took advantage of a few things on the inside, but for the most part, this was a fight based on strategy. This was a fight, actually Tank thought it was round 8 when it was round 12. So if you notice, he moved the whole time. So, being in shape wasn't a problem. There were times that I thought there was a lack of focus. There was a couple of opportunities there for some counters, and we missed them opportunities. But for the most part, I thought it was a spirited fight.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, one more time, I want to bring on Calvin Ford, who's also part of Team Tank, as we know. So if you have questions for either Barry or Calvin, again, feel free to raise your hand. But Calvin Ford here as well to answer questions.
Coach Barry, it's KG with Fight Hype. I wanted to ask you, Coach, from your vantage point, could you just give us what your perspective was of what happened in round 9 when Tank appeared to take a knee?
I can't speak to that, but I don't have hair. But apparently, he had his hair braided, and they put some kind of chemical, I don't know if it's some whole juice, I don't know what y'all call it. But with the sweat and the heat and all, it ran down into his eyes. And when he came, he turned around, he took a knee, and he was complaining about his eyes burning. And when Calvin wiped his eyes, it was still burning. So that's what happened in that situation. That caught all of us off guard. In the amateurs, you can get away with that.
Hey, Coach Barry.
How you doing?